Oh, good evening and welcome back to Rangers Radio. Dundee 0, Rangers 3, a very, very comfortable win at Dens Park. Join me back, Ox, back in the show is GB. All right, mate?
All right, bud. Perfect end to an afternoon, mate. A very, like you say, is a very comfortable win for Rangers there on a very terrible part, mate. But positives all round for Rangers a day. What are positives to take for that game today, mate?
Yeah. Lots and lots of positive. One negative.
Give me it.
Not enough goals. And the opportunities we had in the situations, we should have been out of sight, maybe at half time, mate. But then again, the performance was excellent. 3-0, and I took that before the game. Yeah?
Yep. Well, we spoke about it, Ox. Just we wanted a performance. We wanted it controlled and professional. And like you say, it was 3-0, but it could have been 3-0 going on 5-0, mate, to be honest, that game. But it says plus pass marks for the boys that came in the day: Hollander, Sands, Ramsey, and who's the other one? Who's the 4 changes?
Come on.
Who's the last boy? I'm forgetting.
Hollander, Sands, Ramsey.
And...
Come on.
Brain went blank. Ox, who is it?
Right, so Ken Morelos, Ramsey, Sands, Jack. Come on.
Sands, Jack, Kamara.
McLaughlin was the other change.
So it is. Sorry. It's because he was sitting in his deck chair all afternoon. That's how I forgot about him.
Aye. A nice 3-0 win after a good start, good goal. I'd like to see that again. I thought it might have been over for Hollander's header.
Mate, I said that. I said the big man's pivotal with his headers and stuff like that. And I think if they had goal line technology, you're probably getting that gain to Hollander. But by the way, what a finish with our other central defender, Big Golson. He put it away beautifully.
And then he gets the penalty kick. Tav puts it in the other corner behind the net. I think it was a penalty kick. The defender moved towards him. That's all he done all day. That big Sweeney was his name, I think. Aye. And all he done was foul, and just you see everything that was wrong with Scottish football. Can I just say, when I mention Scottish football, we've got people we know who are part of this show, mate. Every day for the tickets are announced, try to get tickets for away games, and there's literally they could have gave the Rangers 5,000 empty seats there, benefited the Rain Club, made it a bit of spectacle on the telly. They're hating themselves to death, Scottish football, GB.
Terrible. I mean, you're sitting seeing the only atmosphere for your fans today, and I get that you can't have it all us, but I'm telling you, see when you look at their home support today, that says it all.
1,200 tickets is sold. 1,200. And I'm sure we'll talk about it as the week goes on. But if they would play us in the Scottish Cup final, if that had happened to be the final, they'd be looking for 25,000 tickets.
Easy.
Taking itself to death, mate.
See when you look at the other clubs, Ox, who give full allocation practically to Rangers and the other side, then you see that they're looking at that as a business. And
well, they've been sensible. When it affected the outcome, and they could have got themselves 150,000. Anyway, I thought Ramsey was good. I thought Sands were good. I thought Tav was our best player in the first half, but I thought Aaron Ramsey looked the best footballer on show. Yeah,
mate. I mean, I'm so happy that he got at least, 80 minutes he got the day. And he was in total control of the game. His game, I should say. Some of his touches. He just lacked the goal. That was all. I mean, see if he got his goal today, you wouldn't have battered an eyelid because he was in and around the game. The chances that he had, all he has to do is put it away. But it just wasn't his day. But for him, it was probably more important, Knox, that he got the minutes under his belt today because it showed that he can see through a game. But if he's bringing that type of quality to our midfield, then keep it coming, Knox. Keep it coming.
Competition for places. Can we also just pay big shout out to the ladies team who won 4-0 again and keep the march towards the league title going, yeah?
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Yeah. Didn't know.
I won 4-0. So, Started the game really well. They could have scored with a header. Hollander, the boy pushed Hollander down, go to it. Bit similar to Dundee United, but I thought Big Hollander get better as the game went on, if I'm being honest.
Grew into the game, started obviously getting used to the pace of the game again. That's the thing. Dundee are a rough mob, and it's hash bash, and you know, see the day as well. See the referee couldn't understand some of his decisions. Like,
you don't understand that pass back one.
Oh, shot. I mean, if that was against us, Ox, you'd be shouting and bawling, and then see Bassey and that other boy, the big black boy for them. The two of them were pulling at each other's jerseys and all that, and they let it go on, and they let the play go on, which is fine. But then there was a similar challenge like that with Bassey and one of the other boys, and he gives Bassey a yellow card for that. And you're like, how can you get a yellow card for that when Bassey wins the ball? It's crazy, some of the decisions that pop up in the game. But away from that, Ox, like I says, starting to the positives of the day. Like I says, a lot of pass marks for our team. Professional performance, and it was nice. It was nice to go in at half time and see some changes. It was good that they did take Kamara and Morelos off, as much as they had a good game. It was good to give them a rest, because, like I says, they've been going to the well for us, and it gave, like I says, Fashion and Roof a chance to come on to the park. And I wouldn't say the two of them put a fit Ryan. They both tried their best.
Sakala scored the hardest, missed the easiest one.
I know. But he hit the ball in the net twice in a sense, because see that our side one, see if that he was onside, see that, what a goal that would have been as well when he backed in the top corner. The boy is just, honestly, somebody just needs to sit him down and calm him down a wee bit and just get the accuracy for him, because he like you say, he scores the harder goals rather than easy ones.
We've been joined by Blue Star. Evening, Blue Star.
Hi, Ox. Hi, guys. Ox, once again, congratulate you in your analysis there. I thought you were absolutely spot on in every player, the ones you mentioned. Tav's first half, his drive, that's 3 games in the trot now. His drive was exceptional. What an engine the guy's got on him. Big Bassey, as Thingby said there, that coloured guy they had, some of the rest decisions, they just baffle you, don't they? Ramsey, honestly, Ox, you know, I've been on this show time and time again, want to see the guy. He oozed, as his style, he's a wee bit like Fergie in this, except he's got the shirt out. The way that he released the ball, there was 3 or 4 times, I think Maester felt he was a gal, actually. Some of the balls that he was putting through for Kent, and Kent, they were always doubling up on him. But you can see the guy's class. Get him on a decent pitch. That pitch was, for crying out loud. You seen the ball actually rolling and get up and down. But to be fair to Rangers, bar no putting enough balls in the net, we totally controlled it from start to finish, aye.
Aaron Ramsey, I was actually more pleased that he done some of the stuff he done on that pitch. And he managed, I think that was about 75 minutes, GB.
Aye, it was.
So on that pitch with that mud, that showed that he's fit, Poster.
Yeah, absolutely, Ox. Aye, you're bang on, mate. You could see that he showed authority. Him and Jack, I've got to say, I thought Jack again as well. Jack in the middle of the park, what a lot of work he put in, tackling. He ran after guys, got the ball back after him. But aye, on that pitch, good point. If you can control it like that on that pitch, what you going to do on a good pitch, you know? You can see he's got it. Get him fit, and I'm telling you, last half dozen games, he'll be an absolute brilliant asset. Brilliant.
It's the movement, mate. It's just obviously the boy. We know we've not seen a lot of him, and he ultimately maybe wasn't our best man in the man of the match today. Tav sets up one goal for the corner and scores a penalty kick and drives us forward. I don't think Tav had the greatest second half, but I don't know who got man of the match. I've never seen that.
I don't know. They don't know. They never said.
I've no said. The only thing I did notice...
I'll get the research department on that case.
Ramsey got the interview after the game, so I don't know if he got given the man of the match. I'm not sure.
If Sakala if that one had get choked off, he'd have counted, then he'd have got the other ones. He'd have got man of the match.
Aye.
Hey, but that's the hang Ox, though. The both our strikers could have had that hat-trick. I mean, Fashion could have had one the second half and Morels could have had one the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy.
Aye. I thought the attitude was spot on the day, Blue-Star.
Oh, Ox, everything you're saying is bang on. It really was. For the first whistle, they started with an intensity. And let's be truthful, let's not beat about the bush. That mob, for goodness sake, they were putting in hard. They were showing they were in the game. They were putting in hard tackles. And our players stood up to it very well. Even some of the players we've got that are a bit on the slight side, they stood up well. And right for the first whistle, Ox, definitely, you could see the attitude was bang on. Absolutely.
And a big shout out to James Sands, mate. I thought he'd done a real neat and tidy game.
Absolutely, he was. I thought he was. That's easily the best I've seen him. I know we've not seen a lot of him, but you could see stature wise in that. All three of them, him, Ramsey, and what do you call him, Jack. I thought the three of them were tremendous in midfield. I really did, because they had to put in a lot of work, Ox. Mm-hmm. And as you just said, you could see Ramsey. He's drifting into spaces. He seems to know exactly where a certain player's going to put the ball. He anticipates it, and he's there in the right spots. Get him fit. Oh, my.
You can't teach it. Anyway, we've been joined by Andy for Leeds. Evening, Andrew.
Good afternoon, chaps. That was good for me right from the first minute. Didn't look in any danger. By the way, Rangers' man of the match was Sands. He was for me as well. I thought he had a cracking game. And what Blue Stars just said there about Jack, see what Jack does? He makes players that play alongside him comfortable. That's the Scouse boy, and this guy now looked very good alongside Jack. He does all the donkey work and all that and keeps the team moving forward. So I think there's a big thing in that as well, where Jack's concerned, you know. But yeah, good. The only complaint I think we'd have is what you said there. Should have taken more chances. Hopefully we save the rest of them for next Sunday, and then I'll get the goal difference down there.
Here, mate. Here. I don't see why not. They must be saving all other players for next week, because you're the piece. I thought they were awful.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what as well. The wee cameo from Lowry, when he came on, the way he run through there, never lifted his head, just knew where to put the ball for Sash in there. That was good as well. You know, I think we've got to keep him whatever we do. I think he's a real player. Just
keep giving him a taste, let him develop, let him get better and better. See what he is for next. He might get.
Well, you got your performance that you asked for, didn't you? Albeit we got 3, but you said a good solid 2-0 today, just to stand up there, and you kind of got that with the extra goal, didn't you? So that was good. It was Christ, we were never in any danger. They had a chance there early doors. I thought it was pretty good. You know, I thought they played professionally today. And after a European game, for what they put in there, they showed that they wanted to be in that semi-final. So, for me, hats off, great. It's absolutely great. Coming in a pre-match and coming in after Cam. So, I'm happy.
GB, I thought the substitutions, as you said, the half-time he got it right, and then he got Lowry on. I know it wasn't for long, but he also got Dalcio on. Dalcio was a blast from the past. Dalio on. So, and then without, we get Lundstrom and Big Joe Aribo getting rests, Alan McGregor getting a rest. Overall, It's been a productive day for our squad, yeah?
Yep. Like he says, Ox, we've highlighted the substitutions, we highlighted the guys that started. The boy McCann as well, I felt he came on, had a good game the day as well. Didn't he put a fit Ryan, Ox? I mean, it's a big step for these boys, but they seem to be handling it really, really well. And for Lowry to come on and put the pass in for Fashion, it must give the manager a kind of a headache, because there's always got to be questions going, he should be in the squad every week and all that, because the boys got the vision. But like you say, Ox, I think it's take it easy. It looks as though he will be a player in our future. But as it stands now, we need the likes of these guys like Ramsey and all that in the team. And if young Sam's has got to step up to the plate as well, I mean, he's been a good one to slip in there to give, like say, Lundstrom a rest today and stuff like that. So didn't put a fit wrong, and it's a hard game to come into again. especially against Dundee and on that terrible park. And the boy, by the way, he took a couple of tackles a day, but he got up for it. Didn't shy away from it. Didn't shy out of tackles either, by the way. So well done him. Well done to Sands today.
Aye. I don't think we did any failures today, Andy.
No, not at all. I thought they all, as I said, did a professional job there. I like their attitude today, right? I don't like that bloody slip they're playing. It doesn't look like us right enough, but that's me just griping about that one right enough, you know. But no, we did a good job. Everybody looked okay, didn't they? I mean, me and Shugs were on about Sands at half time, and we carried on the second half. So, you know, we've actually got a full look at him, and I think that's positive. That really is positive in my eyes, you know. So hopefully we'll go on from that, you know.
McCann on the park, Lowry on the park, Sands on the park, Dalio on the park, Bassey on the park. Young team, a lot of young players there, both star.
Certainly was, Ox. And I agree with Andy and Thingby there, exactly what they're saying. The boys Sands too, as you said, they all played with. I don't know. For me today, it wasn't the brilliant best game of football. It just certainly was. But I've got to be honest. I really enjoyed it today, simply because see their attitude, Ox, and the way that they all knew what kind of system they were playing. As I say, Ramsey kept firing the ball to the left. He was firing it out to the right. Tav was up and down like a bojo. The crosses he was putting in. All the players all done their job well. Big Bassey was up against a monster, and he nailed and held his own, if anything. He was better. It was a privilege the day to watch that team, because that was a terrible, terrible part to play on. But as you said, you look at the other side of it and you say, well, see the way we spread that ball out on that park. And as you said, the younger guys that came on, right for the first whistle, Lowry, that boy McCann, they were putting balls through, absolutely brilliant balls through. So I really enjoyed it today. I really did. I thought the football was exceptional on a terrible park.
Aye, it wasn't a day for running with the ball, GB, because of the bobble. It would sometimes run away for you, but ultimately we made it look pretty easy.
And Ramsey didn't look as though he had trouble with it today, Ox, and I suppose that's a plus, isn't it? It's he was able to still do his lovely flicks and vision and stuff like that. Even Kent, to a certain extent, Kent was again brilliant. I tell you something, see Kent's defensive displays in now. Oh, the tracking back and that, and he got us out a couple of holes today. Just Alfie as well, again, just very unlucky the day. Any other day, like hopefully Andy's saying, hopefully next week that Alfie's banging them away. But like I say, the boys have went out there. They've not shied away for the task in hand and made it their own. And by the way, put us into a semi-final. I mean, can he complain about that?
Correct. 3-0 away at Dundee. We move on, another tick in the box, and we play them next Sunday before we have a rest for a couple of weeks. Overall, I think the manager will be delighted, Andy.
Oh, I think so. I think the fact that he's got players to pick for there that come on and fit into that system, it can only be encouraging going forward, because these big games that are coming up, we're going to need everyone in it, and if we can get them all firing on the same page, and hopefully we're going to be, as I said earlier, we're going to be celebrating, and I think we can. It's something. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm getting carried away, but the last couple of games, the light switch seems to have come on. The certain after match speeches that Taverniers gave about being the captain and saying we must go on. That straight after the Europe, like he went on about winning in the league, and then he went on about winning in the cup. So he seems to be bringing something. I've got to say, these last 4 games, he's making me look a bit silly, isn't he, for what I've said in the past. But I'm always honest. I'll say it. That's what I love about this show. If we're bad, we'll say we're bad. If we're good, we'll say we're good. You're the wrong way to continue.
I've never known anybody to try and make you look silly on here. Anyway, let's hear from you.
Aye, right.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Tav was good. don't know when I wouldn't give pass marks. Here you go. Don't know when I give pass marks was John McLaughlin, Blue Star.
The guy had nothing today. For me, I see the first half, folks. I thought with scoring the 2 goals, obviously it makes them play better. It makes them feel good about themselves, etc., etc. But seriously, for the first half, Tav was absolutely, you can't express it enough. The guy was absolutely brilliant. He was up and down, and he's passing, he's cross balls. I mean, Alfie should have had, if no 4, he should definitely have buried at least 2 of them. The balls that Tav was putting in, the one was exceptional. And then, as I say, I think, as Andy says there, the last couple of games, Ox, they're playing with this kind of, there's an assurance, there's that merry an assurance about them, and you can see it, it's oozing out them. And even in that interview there, Ox, with Ramsey, see even the way that he answered the lassie, you could see that they're determined, he's telling you straight, they're pushing, it's all about the next game, it's all about the next game. It's brilliant to see, and here's hoping.
I keep going. Well, you're right. The ball, when Ramsey hit the shot, both started, it was a pass for Tav, and the cross that Alfie, I think he should have scored there. He's that close to the goal. He's got to hit the target. If the goalie saves it, that's a worldie, but he didn't hit the target. But I think a wee nudge, decent defending by the boy, but both came for Tav in the first half. Cheapy.
Aye, a captain performance again. Ox, he drives us forward. He seems to be in a good place now. He's like I says, the game Thursday again, stepping up, taking a penalty. Again, the day wins us the penalty in the box and bangs it away. Professional again. This gives us that kind of lets us breathe a bit. We're getting that second goal, Ox, and then again manages the game for us. I seen him a few times talking to like Sands and stuff like that, and shouting across, and that's all you're asking for after your captain. And his defensive display as well today was decent as well. He didn't panic. I think only Golson had that kind of one hairy moment where he kind of watched the ball dropping through the sky, and McLaughlin had to deal with it. But apart from that, I mean, like I says, I totally forgot McLaughlin was even on the park today. So it just shows you how assured we are. And by the way, Dundee had changed their tactics 3 times in that game today to deal with us. That just shows you how good we were.
I thought they were the races. I thought we just dominated, and I don't think it was any day with their deficiencies. I just thought we played well today, Poster.
We were. Seriously, I think the angle of their camera in that ground, the pitch, make no mistake about it, they were fighting harder than some of the games that I've seen them with other teams. They were out there, they were putting themselves about. Our team, our players managed that from start to finish. They really did, and I seen a real maturity about them today. And as I say, I'd even mention, Andy's right, that boy Sands, there was a couple of times there was one guy that was having a right go at him, and Sands went back at him 2 or 3 times. So you can see that they're obviously building them up. They're learning, they're coming into different styles of football. It's kicking, thrust, and thugs, everything. You can see there was a maturity today. We bossed that game from start to finish, definitely. I honestly thought that was a joy to watch today. I really did. It wasn't the best of football, but our players played with a. There was a maturity about them. There really was.
Andy?
Yeah, I totally agree with Blue Star earlier enough. I mean, we never looked in any danger. I don't think they could have tried as many tactics as they want. We were just up for it. We weren't prepared to go there and let it be a banana skin. We just went there and did what I call, like I said there earlier, a professional job. It's refreshing, because, the guys, get into it. Got to adapt to Scottish football, get that. We'd be very silly to say no, because we have a different game from anybody else, don't we? So, yeah, it's great that, and long may it continue. And he's got a couple of headaches that's come out of that today, as well. I think he'll go back to his tried and tested when it comes to it. But as I say, these guys will have to figure in the remaining games. So, but going forward, that's positive if they can keep that up.
Aye, Ramsey. I think Ramsey will grab the headlines with his movement, GB. He's touching his movement, yeah.
Yeah, and I noticed more so in the second half, Fox, that he was coming deep a lot of the time to grab the ball. So he was obviously eager to get on the ball, plus get a goal. And the one for Roof, I felt that when Roof done the work and got into the box, I was hoping for him to put that one away. But again, like I says, you can't fault the desire for a guy that's been out injured to come in and put a performance in like that. This shows you the kind of calibre that he's got, and hopefully now this kind of kick-starts his Rangers career. I'm not saying he's earned the right to just walk straight back into the first 11, but certainly, like I says, if that's got 75, 80 minutes under his belt today, then hopefully more games like that will get him right up to speed, mate.
Yeah, if he stays fit, he will be an asset in the running. And I think he showed he was fit to play in that pitch for most of the game, Blue Star. And I said that earlier, but I'll say it again, yeah.
Definitely, mate. I know it was also good to see that. That helped me everything, because I said to you the other night, I says, going with the presser, I wasn't sure what was going on. See, when you come off and you see thing begin him the high five and the big smile on Gio's face and on Ramsey's. Ox, I read into all these things. That was brilliant to see. And as I say, when you seen him getting interviewed afterwards, he's an out-and-out pro. He's seen it and done it. So if we can get him fit, as I say, he looked fit enough to me today. He will be a massive asset. Last half dozen games, 7-8 games. Oh, for goodness sake, aye. Definitely.
Yeah. Aye, and I thought Big Bassy again, another steady game, left back.
Yeah, he brilliant. That guy that was having to plug it in there, he did it 3 or 4 times to try and put him down, and he still couldn't get him down. That's some unit, that guy. He's growing into it, and I think he's a fan's favourite there, isn't he? On Bass when they come in one. We've bit raw at times, but come on, at that age you're going to get that. But he's adapted pretty quick to Scottish football. And his physicality kind of suits our game, doesn't it? If you look at it over the old picture. So yeah, I'm really pleased with him. I mean, the 2 managers seem to think that we've had this season. You know, he's holding his place down, so that must tell you something. He doesn't look out of place, does he?
No, and Blue Star, he gives you that energy. He bombs forward, doesn't he?
Oh, no half. He's like Tav on the other side, except it's more kind of illogical looking when you look at Bassey, because he's that big a guy, isn't he? But you can see, I mean, he's got the touches as well. It's not just energy and effort. You can see he knows exactly what he's doing, because there was umpteen times he was kind of caught in 2 minds a couple of times, and then he would dart forward. And whether it was Ramsey or even one of the times Tab switched the ball to the other side, oh, he could be a right cracker. And just refine him a wee bit, and he's got all the attributes, no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed him. Great to see the boys going on. Just as we said earlier, a perfect day. Just want to ask you 2 gentlemen of a certain vintage, what have they done to Scottish football? Does Dundee sell 1,200 tickets for a quarter-final tie at home? Blue Star.
Ox, absolutely frightening. When you looked at that whole ground, and we get the point that they're well done in the league, we get that. When you seen our side of the ground, our stand, and by the way, Ox, we need to commend our fans today. That backing that they gave our team today, from start to finish, that was absolutely tremendous. But as you say, if that's all the tickets they can sell, where's our game? Where is our game? Where is this blinking Scottish SFA? Where is their proposals, etc., etc.? It was shocking. If our fans hadn't been at that game today, Ox, there'd have been nobody in that ground. Nobody.
Andy?
Yeah, well, what you brought up there earlier on, I had the same discussion with Shugs at half time, and I said, well, you know, that doesn't look good at all. You know, you got to hit the country and struggling for cash and all that. Christ, you know for a fact you could, whatever the allocation you would have given us, we would have taken it. So they would have made plenty of money out of that to help them, because it looks like they're going down as well. So they're going to need the money. Well, it's not just them though, is it? It's everywhere. Everywhere we go away from him. Orange, Boston, right? And then it's three parts of the ground empty. That's just not common sense. That's just stupidity. And in the end,
are they allowed to give our club like other tickets if they wanted?
I don't know what the rules are of the competition.
That's what I'm saying, because let's be truthful. If you looked at what the lack of fans they had, surely goodness they must be saying to themselves, why did we not give another couple of stands to Rangers fans? Because it obviously gets them more money.
I just couldn't understand it. Another 5,000 at £30 a throw is 150,000 when I went to school, GB.
Yes, you're correct, sir. But Ox, see, the thing is, see with the rising costs going up now with gas and electricity and all the rest of it, surely God, these clubs have really got to look at themselves. I mean, like it says, you could have had another two, as Blue Star says, you could have had another 2 stands full of our fans the other day, willing to pay that money to see the Rangers, right? And they're turning that away. They're only, like you say, they're only going to hate themselves into an oblivion, because they're going to go down to that other league, and there's probably a good chance that you're never going to see them again. And if that's the way the mentality is, half of the Scottish clubs out there, then on your head be it. That's all I'll say.
I'm just picking up that they did offer us the other 2 stands, but the email came through just there at 6 o'clock at night.
I shredded.
You see the way that looks though. That looks from the outside. That's hatred of a survival, isn't it? It's just stupidity. But I mean, I think they can, Blue Star, because Kilmarnock and Livingston, do they not get fill the ground? Let us fill the ground. So I think the rule could be made for us to do that.
Yeah, I'm just not sure, JB. I was just wondering, because as you say, they're obviously struggling. If they can afford to knock back that kind of dough, then I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
It's just you've got a responsibility, Scottish football as well, and it would just look, the atmosphere would be better. It looks better. It gives them 75 grand. It gives us 75 grand. It makes it easier for our away support to get tickets. I just despair. Just despair.
Especially on TV, Ox. It's an embarrassment. That's what that is. It's an absolute embarrassment, especially at quarterfinals. At quarterfinals, anywhere else, the stadium's packed, hoping for their team to get through to the next round. And yet, that's the display that's put on the day. And don't get me wrong, that's me not being against our fans. That's just totally against their fans.
I don't know if they've got problems with their ownership and who's running their club. The history of Dundee, they maybe have, and I'll maybe see if I can find out about that tomorrow. But just last word, I thought it was a disgrace. And as I said, Scottish football hating itself to death. You've got to watch who you deal with in life. It's a habit of biting you, innit, Andy?
Oh, definitely. Well, I have that problem that Gary's just been on about down here, and they'll say to me, what kind of product's that? Right? There's nobody in the grounds, and I keep trying to explain to these guys down here, but they don't get it. I said, there's never a problem where the Rangers are concerned. It's the other teams around us and what they're doing at the game in Scotland. That's why they look on it as Mickey Mouse. That's just, I just, like I said, last word on it, but it's just absolute stupidity. That's just ridiculous. You know for a fact we'd have taken their tickets, they would have been offered to do, and then they would have had a great atmosphere. They would have some money to keep paying their bills, But one hatred for a club, a lot of teams will probably hit the wall as it carries on. If they don't come to some kind of common sense here, there'll be no teams to play.
I know. Anyway, we don't need to talk about our team. I've been told that the BBC gave Tav man of the match. I wouldn't argue with that, GB.
Nope. The way he's been going now, Ox, like I says, his performances have not dipped. And again, he's took us to a semi-finals, mate. That's what you ask of your captain. You want your captain to take you to semi-finals and finals. You want to be in amongst the prizes. You just look at Europe, where we're sitting now, on potentially going into a quarter-final. And then we're sitting challenging for the league title as well. So for our captain, he gets pass marks for me, mate.
Brewster.
Oh, he was absolutely superb. He really was. And as I say, you're noticing that's the last couple of games now. You're seeing him, and he's really geeing players on round about him. He's, as I say, for me today, sometimes we know you can't be perfect all the time, but his cross balls today, they were on the right places. It was up to other players to go on the end of them. He's driving, even his tackling today. And as Andy and JB said there, even Kent today, there was a couple of times Kent came away running back and he was even tackling and getting us out of messes. But our captain, that was a captain today. And his driving determination was second to none. Oh, can I just put in a wee point? See the guy that really gets in my goat, how he's blinking commentating in our games, I'll never know. See the guy Cragen? Oh, for goodness sake. You've got to switch him off. Don't horrendous to listen to. But come back to our team. For me today, I thought Tav was a really, really brilliant today. He really was.
Andy?
Yeah, Tav, like I say, after we did Dortmund there, something seemed to change there as I looked at him, like, you know, so, and I thought today was immense. And did anybody else notice with Tav? He's actually letting people take free kicks alongside him. We never used to let anybody do that.
Kent took the free kick.
Kent, aye.
With the shots at the end of him, I'd had a Tav taking him right enough, but you know, he wouldn't do that. So it's like he's, I don't know, there's something like, there's like a switch going on him, and long may it continue.
Obviously.
We've all been saying the last few games, because our manager wasn't making substitutions and everything today. I just seen I don't know what it was. You will be just seen a whole difference with the whole team today. And even Gio afterwards, it wasn't just because we'd won the game. The way that he spoke, he looked at calmness. Our captain's playing as a captain. He's playing out his skin. There just seems a right good feeling about the whole place. And do you not think so?
I mean, obviously you gain confidence for the good results in Europe, GP. Yeah, you've got to. We played Dortmund home and away. We had a win and a draw. We played Red Star Belgrade at Ibrox. We beat them 3-0.
Mm-hmm. And we've broke that duck the day as well. Ox, we've come back and we've got a win under our belt. There's always got to be a nervousness there, because the way it'd been going, we've been coming back after Europe and been draws and stuff like that. So again, we've went out the day and we've proved that we can use the squad when needed. Gio again's getting the tactics more and more right. The team are starting to understand the vision film as well, I think, now, as Blue Star and Andy have alluded to. So long may it continue, mate. We are saying in a couple of weeks we're going to have a break. I just hope the break doesn't come at the wrong time, because the way the momentum's gone now, we're on the up now, and I just hope we can take that into what's coming.
Hi, man, big game's coming. He's got to keep winning football matches. All Bear has texted me just to let me know he corrected me. The BBC actually gave the man of the match to Patterson. Right.
Patterson?
It was a joke, lads. It was a joke.
Aye.
I thought it was funny. All Bear sent it. He did send it, and I thought it was quite witty. BBC got it wrong. Is the point? Oh.
Yeah.
Pick your audience, GB. Pick your audience.
Tumbleweed there, tumbleweed.
Right, I'm pleased with the day. Get yourself some mute, lads. We're going to hear from one of the heroes of the day. Aaron Ramsey.
Aaron, a Hampden semi-final to look forward to, and some important minutes for you under the belt today. How do you look back on that?
Yeah, it was really important for us to get the win today and to be in the hunt for the next round. So, very much looking forward now to a semi-final and a step closer to winning the cup. So, job well done today.
How important was that fast start the team made and getting a couple of goals up early on?
Yeah, massive. I think in any game that we play, we need to start like that with the same intensity. Otherwise, if you don't, these ties can be pretty tricky. So it was important for us to start well, to get the early goals, and then we were in control of the game, so it made it a little bit easier for us.
How pleased were you with your own contribution today? You certainly seem to be finding your feet as this time went on there.
Yeah, of course. It was nice to get back out there, get a good chunk of minutes under my belt tonight. So I'm happy with that, and hopefully now can continue and build on this performance.
James Sands is someone who's come in from a very different environment to Scottish football. How impressed have you been by what he's offered the team so far? Yeah,
he's done really well. He's settled in well. He gets stuck in, gets about the pitch, and done really well for us in there today. So, I think it's a good environment for any player to come into. There's a great group here, so they make it very easy for you to settle in. So.
And likewise, Charlie McCann came on for yourself, Alex Lowry with an assist late on. There certainly seems to be a good amount of talent, pushing the rest of you guys at the moment.
Yeah, of course. I think you get a lot of good players coming through in a big club like this, so that's important for us to have the competition between ourselves, and it's nice as well for the younger players to come on and show what they can do, and there's very talented young players here.
Semi-final to look forward to then, chance to make a quarter-final on Thursday night. I guess this is exactly the reason you came to this club.
Of course, yeah, to win and to be competitive in the biggest games. So massive game now on Thursday to look forward to. Big opportunity for us to go through to the quarterfinals. So we have to be ready. It's going to be really hostile over there. But we need a similar sort of start to the game that we've had tonight. So we're in a good position, but we need to be smart and wise and pick our chances when to go, and hopefully we'll have another night to celebrate.
Well, gentlemen, we've reached that time of evening. Blue Star, Andy, thanks for joining us. Andy first. Blue Star.
Pleasure, Ox. Thanks again, and keep up the good work. Great show, and it was a great performance with our team. Let's hope they take the momentum on and do the business again on Thursday and just keep going.
Andy?
Yeah, great show again. Pleasure talking to you guys, and great week for us, and nice steady one coming up to Thursday. Everyone stay safe.
GB.
Thanks for having us on, Ox, this afternoon, mates. It's been a pleasure, especially watching Rangers win 3-0 and march on to a semi-final. Let's march on to that quarter-final.
Yeah. Can I thank Andy and Blue Star for calling in, Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals, GB for joining us, and thanks everybody for listening. Thanks to the Rangers for a comfortable win. We'll be back tomorrow night when we'll be joined by the one and only Allbear and Bridgeman. Take it away, Old School Blue.
Davy Whitey manages the best team in the land. Davy Whitey manages the best team in the land. Davy Whitey manages the best team in the land. And the Chairs go marching on. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. And the Chairs go marching on. John Greggy is their captain, courageous, bold and true. He just loves to play for the boys in Royal Blue. John Greggy is their captain, courageous, bold and true. And the Chairs go marching on. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. And the Chairs go marching on. Ibrox is their home, that's why I'm mighty proud. And if you come to Ibrox, you will see me in the crowd. And when they score a mighty roar, the fans will sing and cheer. And the Chairs go marching on. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. The Chairs go marching on. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers, the Chairs go marching on. Ibrox is their home, that's why I'm mighty proud. And if you come to Ibrox, you will see me in the crowd. And when they score a mighty roar, the fans will sing and cheer, and the Chairs go marching on. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. Glory, glory, Glasgow Rangers. And the